Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I want to focus specifically on pre-market. I've been debating lately if pre-market is actually worth trading at the moment, because last year, 2020, it was amazing. That's always where I made most of my profit. By the time the market opened at 9:30, I would get a few more trades in, and usually by 10 o'clock, I would be more or less done. Lately, it's been a little bit the opposite, where pre-market for starting at 7 a.m. on TOS for 2.5 hours till 9:30, it's been pretty much flat. We've been getting like 20-30% gappers, and not really that much has been going on. So what I've been thinking about doing is really just trying to trade pre-market less, not necessarily waking up later. I'll read the news, get my watch list together, document my trades from yesterday. So do all those things, like some housekeeping stuff. But really, I don't want to be trading until I see those gappers over 40%, trading clean front sides. Because what happened today, and why this topic is kind of front and center today, is because we had, JSPR was the big winner today, and this ticker did not start running till after the market opened, which means I was now staring at the charts for 2.5 hours before the lead gapper appeared, more or less. And I did not trade JSPR. I traded it twice, but both of them were scratches. I had no energy left. I was kind of feeling like, oh man, I just, looked at tickers for 2 hours and none of them worked. And it's not like this is my first time, not trading pre-market and then, trading the market open. It's I've been doing this for years. It's more of like, it's becoming really consistent lately in terms of pre-market is dead. The market opens, we get movers, and then I don't have the energy. I don't have that mental capacity or clarity anymore. I'm already a little bit biased on the day because we haven't seen anything move. And then I don't trade as aggressively as I should. So I want that kind of be in the back burner today while we do the day trading recap. So let's go here to the trading recap, and you'll see today, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I traded 7 tickers today. That's way too many tickers for me personally. My best days are when I trade between 1 and 2, sometimes 3 stocks, but usually just 1 or 2. And you could see here, just, I pretty much gave back the same amount as I made. So it was a really back and forth kind of day for me, which is a little bit unfortunate. That's really exhausting. It could have easily been a small red day, just as easy as it was a small green day. So in a second, we'll just go through each of these tickers really quickly. JSPR right here is obviously the big winner, worth focusing on the most. We can talk also about a little bit of continuation for later in the day. And then GWH was yesterday's lead gapper, a ticker that barely is moving today at all. And I'm actually up the most on it, which is kind of says everything for pre-market trading lately. In a future monthly recap video, I actually want to go through some statistics on what time of day I make the most money and segment that for certain months, also Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and see how that changes over time. So if you're totally new, definitely consider subscribing, because we're going to have more or less a part 2 video coming out on this one, so we can dive into those pre-market statistics a little bit more. Because like I said, it used to be where I made most of my money, but lately it's just kind of this buffer zone that messes me up for the market open. And I would also love to hear what you guys think about that in the comments below. What do you use pre-market for? Do you trade pre-market? Do you like trading pre-market? And is it something that you've noticed maybe changed over time a little bit as well? Because when I first started day trading, I never traded pre-market. I just found it like this taboo area I never really went into. But at one point, that's where I found all the best first legs, and then it would start consolidating. And that's where I always made most of my money, on those first pre-market legs, because once the market opened, it just became choppy. So it's kind of like this love-hate relationship with pre-market, because sometimes you sit around and nothing happens for 2 hours. Sometimes it's the best time to trade, and then the market open gets really choppy. Anywho, with any trading strategy, I feel like it's always best not to make any super quick changes. Kind of give it time. So I'm going to give it some time, and then I'm going to be reviewing my statistics, and then upcoming in like a month or 2, I'll make sure to make a specific video on pre-market trading stats and any decisions going forward. Okay, so let's dive into the tickers here. We'll start with the ticker we're down on the most, NRBO. Where's this ticker hiding? NRBO. Let's just type it in, NRBO. And boom, here you can see. So this is a classic kind of pre-market action we've been seeing lately. Let's start on the daily here. This ticker, biotech, market cap 53 million market cap, 26 million shares outstanding. That's all pretty good. Has a catalyst here. But look at the daily momentum on this ticker. Just horrible price action, big sell-off here. We're below the 180-day simple moving average. We have big resistance here, and we have a gap down. So I'm feeling like maybe at best we're gonna have a retest with the 9 EMA, and if we break that, maybe we'll go here into this resistance zone. I'm not really sure if we're gonna run up all the way here, and so far it doesn't look like it. But pretty decent relative volume on the day, so can't argue with that. Anyway, it pops up here 25%, which again, I usually don't even trade tickers till they're up over 40%. So this is me just being really desperate. Starts crawling up here, I start buying this pullback, it fails, and then it just keeps selling off the rest of the day. That's why we cut our losses quickly. But just, this is just such a classic pre-market ticker. So I'm just, and this is at 8 o'clock. So I've already been just staring at charts since 7 a.m. with not a lot of action. So let's keep going here to RLX. This was actually one of the bigger tickers today. It's still on our scanner. We'll mark this one, and let's scroll to the daily. And actually, yeah, let's again start on the daily. So this ticker again is trending to the downside, the backside, and not looking too hot. It does have a lot of resistance here, so I wasn't super ambitious on it. Also, the relative volume on it was fairly low. Market cap 8 billion, so way over our price range. Tobacco company, kind of unique. We don't see tobacco companies too much, especially on our gappers. And then let's see here, shares 1.5 billion shares outstanding. So way out of our typical range of statistics that we're usually looking for a stock. Anyway, it does make a first stare here. This is extended hours. I'm usually not trading extended hours. Moves up around 15%, which again is nothing. And then it tries a little breakout here. I end up buying on the pullback of this breakout. It fails, and I again take a loss on this one. And that was the only time it really had any volume that was worth looking at. A little bit at the market open for sure. But, this whole move here is 8%, really not that interesting. So not really worth talking about. Then we got KOSS, which I feel like is still on our scanner somewhere, but not popping up. Let's pull this one up again, KOSS. Daily chart, big time resistance here in this area, but, it has high relative volume, so that's not bad. Household, let's see, household durable products, 180 million market cap, shares outstanding is 9 million. And then some catalysts here, why shares are up. Yeah, nothing really too interesting. Okay, so let's dive into the pre-market chart again. So first it had a power hour, 30% leg, and then it had a pre-market. This is only a few exchanges allow between 4 and 7 a.m. trading, but wasn't really too interesting, almost no volume in this area. And then 7 a.m. comes around. This is me waiting for something, has a kind of an aggressive move here, but percentage-wise, it's nothing crazy, 10%. I buy the pullback, it fails, and it's been failing the rest of the day. So it's just like, again, and right now, I'm cutting my losses. I'm not really taking big losses on any of these, and it's not really like the worst for my P&L, but what it's doing for me mentally is getting me conditioned. Okay, we have a ticker popping up, it's going to fail. Another ticker pops up, it fails. Another ticker pops up, it fails. So the time JSPR comes along, I have no ambition to keep trading any ticker that pops up. And I think that's really what messed me up today. And that, again, that's why I'm making this a bit of the topic of this video. So let's go to WTRH. This is another next ticker I traded. I'm down $2.90 on this ticker. Daily chart, also backside. Yeah, it just looks horrible. High relative volume though, but big resistance in this area. 150 million market cap, 120 million shares outstanding. Internet and direct retail. Let's see, does it even have a catalyst? Doesn't even look like it. Wall Street, yeah, nothing too interesting on this one again. And yeah, pre-market, this one was again more or less dead. We did have that initial first stare here in extended hours, light volume, and then it kind of starts consolidating in this area around 20%. Again, 20%, not really something that's super interesting for me. We did get a little bit of a front side here. I tried trading it, make a little bit of profit, but I think this one I was just constantly like making a little bit, giving back some. I traded this one at the market open, but it was kind of flushy and not really too interesting. Would have still been a better ticker to trade at the market open because we had a nice little pop here to the upside, a quick pullback, and another spike. So I could have made maybe, if I bought on this pullback and sold anywhere in this green candle, I could have made maybe 3% up to 6% at one point. So again, it would have been better to wait for the market open. What do we got? We got PALT next. This is a ticker that just does not want to leave the scanners. This one's just always showing up, isn't it? Kind of hectic to constantly see PALT, and I think that also messes up sometimes the scanner as well, because some traders will just keep looking at this ticker. It just does not disappear, which I usually don't like to see tickers that are just constantly sticking around. They're just not my favorite to trade either, because I feel like they're just pending and offering or something like that. Although it is holding this area pretty well after pulling back around 50%. So that's even almost 60%. So that's not too bad. Maybe we're going to see this ticker make new highs at one point. I don't think it's going to be today. But let's zoom in on this one. Has a little bit of a hectic open here, pulls back, and then a nice strong 15% move. I try to trade this one a little bit in this area. I do make some money, but overall it's a very flushy ticker and hard to trade. Pre-market, this thing did absolutely nothing. So not interesting pre-market. And market open was a little bit better on PALT. But that was all my pre-market trading so far. Actually, there was one more I traded pre-market, so let's talk about that one. GWH, and then we'll talk about JSPR. And GWH was yesterday's big winner. GWH. Wow, look at that sell-off today. So GWH pre-market, again, absolutely disgusting. It was a recent IPO, this ticker, and here's the 5-minute chart so you can kind of see. So yesterday, pre-market, also horrible on this ticker. Market open, this one ran really nicely on the 5-minute, you can see that. And then pre-market again, horrible. Market open, also horrible. But pre-market, I'm willing to trade anything at this point. So this one pops up a little bit of volume for the first time, almost way too little volume for me to start trading this one. But again, I'm pretty desperate because there's nothing moving, and it's been 2 hours now of looking at the charts. And I tried a little bit of a pullback trade here, get a small fill. I'm only long $6,000, so it's a pretty small size. And yeah, this is a 4% pop here. I originally was hoping for a breakout here. We didn't get it. I pulled back, went for a retest. I sold on the retest, even though this was a flat top breakout potential. So that was a little bit foolish of me. I did try this pullback here, but it failed. Although I was able to take profits on that one, luckily. And then I went for a red to green move that also failed. Yeah, so I think this is all the trades I did so far, and now comes JSPR. So you could kind of picture what mental state I'm in. Probably in a mental state that just is like, no ticker is going to work today. They all failed. I've traded 6 tickers and not one has worked today. And I'm pretty much at totally break even on the day after digging myself out of like a 5% hole. So a 5% based on my average position size. So now comes JSPR. And let's talk about this one really quickly on the daily first. So this ticker, recent IPO as well, and it's up quite a bit. And you can see up 102% right now, 500 million market cap, so $500 million, that's pretty big. Shares, 36 million shares outstanding. Let's quickly check the news here. Why JSPR therapeutic stock is soaring today. Let's see, after Oppenheimer, analysts put a coverage on the stock with a price target of 21. I don't really like price target news, but let's see if there's anything else. Looks like the company is conditioning agents for stem cell transplantation. Okay, well, this is going to be very hard to dissect, this catalyst. So that's why I'm so focused on the price action more than the catalyst. Plus, if I focus too much on a catalyst, then oftentimes what it will do is make me overly biased on a certain stock. Anyway, that's not really the problem if I can read the catalyst or not, or if I can decipher the catalyst or not. It's never the problem when it comes to day trading small caps. What is the problem is really just, or what is the main thing is being in the right mental state, having the right game plan, and just being able to have a little bit of conviction and hold your winners long. And that's really all the things I didn't have today. So let's focus on JSPR. We're about a few minutes into the market open, and then it gets halted going up. Now it's up 40%. It was like a 10-minute hold, so it was not the usual 5-minute hold. It pulls back, and I have zero conviction. This looks like a great trade, but guess where I sold? I sold right here, thinking this was just going to sell off, just like everything else we saw pre-market. And that was my mistake. It pops up 10%. I could have made 10% on that trade. Ridiculous. That could have put me up quite nicely. Pullback 1, pullback 2, I don't trade it. Pullback 3, I don't trade it. I don't trade this pullback. I don't trade this pullback. I don't trade this pullback. I just missed so many opportunities to make quite a lot of money today. I mean, this was a huge 80-90% gapper, or on that front side move alone. Right now it's up over 100%. So I just left so much table on the so much profits on the table by just not getting aggressive on a ticker that finally is giving me all the signs I should be trading it. It has a catalyst. It's in the price range I'm usually looking for. It's on a front side move. It's over 40%. So all the things I'm usually saying I'm looking for, at this point, I'm just like, I can't do it, because what just happened, I was conditioned to not want to trade anything because everything that popped up failed. So I conditioned my mind in a way to not want to trade this ticker, and that really messed me up today. So what am I going to do going forward? Well, I first, like I said, I don't want to change anything too quickly. I'll still watch tickers, but I think what will help a lot is just not trading anything unless it's really over that 30-40% mark, because oftentimes I do wait for that, but I'll still sometimes like dip my toes in a little bit and do a few trades here and there, and then just get a bunch of scratches, and that puts me into kind of a red state of mind. And I think if I can just remove that alone, I think that's going to help me tremendously. So I can still watch pre-market, and if we get a big mover pre-market, I can trade it. But if we don't, I just have to be really cautious on not just trying to trade 20-30% winners, or even 10% winners, or like with GWH, which happens to be the ticker I'm up on the most. I think this was like a -2% up on the day, but it was yesterday's big winner, so that's a little bit different. But yeah, that's my thoughts here on trading pre-market. It is something that I like doing. It's something that I've made most of my money from, but sometimes the market does change a little bit, and lately pre-market I think has been costing me more money than anything else. All right, guys, I know that was kind of a lot today, but I felt like it was necessary to review. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on pre-market trading, so leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the way out. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Consider subscribing if you're new, and like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao.